What's more enticing than making a hot pasta entree? Making the pasta yourself. Come along as I show you step by step how to elevate your favorite pasta dish with fresh homemade pasta, completely by hand or with pasta making utensils. Welcome to Lawyer in the Kitchen. Today we're going to make fresh pasta. And if you've had fresh pasta, you've been to an Italian restaurant where there is fresh pasta, or you've just gone to an Italian restaurant, in Italy that has fresh pasta always, you'll know that it's the best. It's so much better than the dry pasta. Now, dry pasta does have its advantages. It's much faster, and it actually holds some of the liquids better. Fresh pasta cooks much faster. Like it'll only take about 1 minute to 2 minutes at the most to cook this. Today we're going to do it both ways. We're going to do homemade pasta 2 ways. One, completely by hand. Now, I'm not going to use any electric gadgets. I'm not going to use the KitchenAid for that. I'm going to cut this pasta myself. So we're going to make fettuccine like that. And then I'm going to make pasta in the KitchenAid with the attachment, and we're going to make spaghetti with that. For the first one, we're going to the completely handmade fettuccine. We're going to use 2 cups of sifted flour, and I actually sifted this. Now, I don't have one of those little sifters, so I just used a strainer that I have, and I put the flour through there. And if you look at that, you can see how much fluffier that is than flour that's been sitting in a bag for 3 or 4 months. You could use semolina flour. You could use this entirely. You could use half, 3/4 of all-purpose flour. You could use 1/4 cup of this. I'm going to use this in the other dish, and I have just used all-purpose flour. We're gonna have 3 large eggs, a ½ teaspoon of salt, and about a ½ tablespoon of olive oil, and that's all there is. This is gonna take a little bit of time, all by hand. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to put all this flour right in the center of our board, a nice trough. Then we're gonna put our eggs in there. We're going to put our salt, our oil, and then we're going to lightly whisk this. Want to keep this in there. Now, once we get this done, this truly is going to be by hand. We've got that mixed nicely. We're just going to start bringing a little bit of the flour in and mixing this with our hands. Now, I got a comment from one of my viewers about me touching food with jewelry on. You don't see all this all the time, but I wash my hands several times while I'm cooking. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. Bottom line is my hands are washed. Once the liquid inside is such that it won't come flying out of here, then we'll incorporate all the flour, or most of it, and start forming our dough ball. The goal is to get it to that point before we break the banks. I don't do this often, and when I make fresh pasta, I don't do it this way. I have done it this way before, but I like doing it in the KitchenAid, and you'll see why when I make the next batch. We're just about at the point where it's not going to run all over the place. When this is fully incorporated, it'll seem like it's too dry. And the reason that is because you have to knead this dough quite a bit. In fact, 8 to 10 minutes to do it right. Most of you did this in the 6th grade, making paste, which is interesting because the word pasta in Italian means paste. And it could be made without the eggs and just water and flour. And everybody has a different way of kneading, but I think we have enough. And see that? If you look at this, you would go, this is never going to become right. But now we're going to start doing this. It's a lot easier in the KitchenAid with a dough hook. Now, if it is dry after you start doing this and it's not coming together, you can add just a little bit of water with your fingertips. So I'm going to add just a little bit of water. This looks pretty good. It doesn't stick. It's got a little dent to it. We're going to let this rest covered in cellophane for about 30 minutes. So we've waited a half an hour. We've had it in room temperature, sealed so it won't dry out. And we're going to put some flour on our board. And then we're going to divide this up so it's easier to roll and a little more workable. And we're going to divide it into 4. And I'm just going to go ahead and mash this down. Use flour, otherwise it'll stick to the roller. And you want to get this about as thin as you can. You do want it thinner than you think because this will swell when it cooks. This is pretty thin, and I'm not done. I'm going to thin it out a little bit more. All right, I can literally see the cutting board through this. So I think we're probably good. Let's have a look at this thinness now. If I move it, you can see, if I move it like that, you can see the cutting board through it. That should be thin enough. All right, so we're going to cut this. Now we're going to lose some of this, but that's okay. We're going to cut this into linguine size strips. Obviously this is labor intensive. If you put this on a pasta attachment, you're done with all of it by now. And that's really plenty thick. All right, so we're going to get this one a little bit thinner. All right, let's have a look. Okay, I'm happy with that. Come have a look at that. All right, we'll finish this one off. We're going to go ahead and cook this and taste it with a little bit of olive oil and some Parmesan cheese and see how it tastes. All right, so we got our water boiling nice and hot. I'm going to take off my glasses so I can see. This is going to take about a minute. At the most 2 minutes. And lightly salt this. Don't salt this heavily because the fresh pasta will absorb that salt more. All right, I would say that is done right there. We could drain it, but we're going to just do this because there's nothing wrong with a little bit of pasta water. Since the only thing we're going to put on here is some olive oil and a little bit of cheese. And all we're going to do is put a little bit of olive oil, parsley, Parmesan Reggiano. Could put a little salt. We'll see how it is. Ready to taste it? All right. Tastes like dumplings. It's a little thick. Isn't that good? Mm-hmm. All right. Hey, stick around and we're going to make this a much easier way with a KitchenAid. Many people believe that pasta originated in Italy around 400 BC. Some, however, believe that pasta originated in the Middle East 700 years earlier. However, there is archaeological evidence that pasta existed during the Etruscan civilization in the regions of Lazio, Umbria, and Tuscany, as an unearthed Etruscan tomb had tools and utensils for making pasta that are similar to today's. Pasta is certainly Italian, and fresh pasta, like ours today, is the best. So this is going to be a lot easier. Virtually no kneading, like 1 to 2 minutes of hand kneading, but this is very simple. 2.5 cups of sifted all-purpose flour, and I've got 1 cup of semolina, and you can certainly tell the difference between the two. And we're going to just pour that in the bowl, and then we're going to put in some salt, a half teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of water, and 4 large eggs. So we're going to go on 2 for 2 minutes. Whoa. I think they start off on 1 to begin with. 30 seconds. Now we're going to go with the dough hook, and this goes on for 2 minutes. All right, so I added a little bit of water because it was just a little dry and it wasn't forming a ball, but it's coming together now. And we're gonna go with that. We're only gonna do this for 1 to 2 minutes. I'm actually gonna put a little more water on here. All right, so we're gonna get some plastic wrap on it. We are gonna seal it so it doesn't dry out. 20 minutes and we'll start doing it. You know, it's funny. I just told my wife, you know, we're gonna make another video after this using this spaghetti that we're gonna make, lemon pasta, and it's really a good dish. But I've made it before and I used a box of spaghetti, and we may have to use a box of spaghetti again. I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. Anyhow, we've rested actually 30 minutes. 20 is enough. Okay. I'm not sure what they call this blade. It's the thinner. I've got it set on 1. I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through this one 3 times. I'm going to go through 2 3 times, 3 3 times, and then once on 4, once on 5, and once on 6. And that's all for this knob right here. So here comes 1. That's not good. No. So we'll be doing this video later. It's better. It's not good. All right, we're gonna do one more time since we got it through here. Let's see what we get. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, so we're gonna go to 2 now. And I'm on 3. And I don't like the way this is looking. I'm going to go back to 1. I'm going to put a little more flour on it. Okay. Now to 4, 5. And I'm going to cut this in half, and I'm going to 6. Before I do the other one, I'm going to try the other head that cuts the spaghetti. All right, let's see what we get here. I'm gonna go with that.
That's looking pretty good.
So if yours comes apart like mine did, don't worry about it. Just put it through, fold it over, do it a few more times. It'll eventually come together. And you know, that happens to the best of us. Sometimes it comes out perfect the first time, sometimes it doesn't. But if you keep doing it, it'll come together. We're back to the other head, taking this down to 6. And we just do the same thing for the rest of them. So this looks good. We've got flour on it. We're gonna actually make a dish, lemon pasta. It'll be on our next video that comes out next week. If you saw this when this video came out, it'll be on next Sunday. And if you like this video and you like doing this, not the easiest thing in the world, I gotta say. And every time it's different because I just don't do it that often, but obviously because it takes some time, but it's well worth the taste. So I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on